Welcome, everyone. We're going to begin in about 4 minutes. We cannot wait to celebrate this white coat ceremony with you. So go ahead, take your seats, get comfortable, get ready to cheer, okay? Get ready to mildly embarrass your loved one as they come across the stage. This is really more for you and for the faculty, right? So get ready to be, big applause when you hear their names. But we'll be going in about 3 minutes. All right. Woo! Welcome, students, family, friends, to our fall 2023 White Coat Ceremony. You can be seated, get comfortable, get excited. My name is Dr. Katie Burns-Ryan. I am the Dean for the College of Chiropractic here at Northwestern, and we could not be happier to celebrate this important milestone with each and every one of you. Now, you might have noticed over the past year and a half, 2 years, you haven't gotten to see these wonderful students very much, and I can give them a doctor's note saying that yes, indeed, they have been busy. They have been working hard. Over the past year and a half, these students have taken over 1,900 hours of challenging courses, labs. That's not even including what they've studied, right, as they're studying on their own time. Along the way, they have celebrated many milestones, like the completion of their cadaveric dissection in gross anatomy. I bet all of you can think back to that with fond memories. Getting very nervous about simply opening a gown and touching their classmates in Methods 1. Fast forward into Methods 3 and that first adjustment, right? Hands shaking, maybe a little sweaty. You got it. You did it. Now, I will say that's just a few of their milestones, and they did not get here on their own. I would like to recognize the faculty and the administration who have advised, instructed, and mentored them. Would the faculty please rise so I can acknowledge your hard work? All right, students, this is where you give them a huge roll of applause. You can go ahead and sit down. You can feel the love and respect in this room, can't you? They're amazing. So I'd like to call off everybody that's on the platform today by name. First is Dr. Kim Pierce, the Provost and Chief Academic Officer for our institution. Next to her is Dr. Christy Weibel-Monum, Department Chair and Associate Professor and today's keynote speaker. Dr. Mary Tuchscher, Professor and Department Chair and today's name reader. Dr. Stephen Krull, Assistant Professor. Dr. Jeremy Bartles, Department Chair, Dr. Beth Heim, Faculty Resident, Dr. Paul Osterbauer, Associate Professor, Dr. Jody Scoffel, Associate Professor, Dr. David Farrar, Associate Professor, Dr. Chris Smoley, Director of Clinical Education and Interim Dean for the College of Health and Wellness. Also sitting with us today is our T6 cohort oath reader, Zach Harbaugh. Stand up, Zach, so everybody can see you. Who will be leading our oath of professionalism for our white coat recipients. I'd also like to point out that joining me on stage today are Dr. Annette Harrell, as well as Dr. Stacy Neal. They are representing Northwestern's Chiropractic Alumni Board. The Alumni Board has sponsors today's celebration and has gifted the white coats to our recipients, all of these white coats that they're wearing. We would like to publicly acknowledge this incredible gift provided to our students and their future colleagues. Please join me in thanking Drs. Harrell and Neal and the entire Alumni Board. Now, recipients, you will also find a note of congratulations in your program today. And I do want to take this moment so that you think about this, right? How do you carry this forward? Soon, you will be the doctors of chiropractic. You will be the Northwestern alums. And I want you to remember how it feels to be supported, encompassed by this gift, right? And how to pay that forward in the future. So just take a moment, kind of think of that, because you're moving through this program quickly, and pretty soon you are going to be the docs. Well, that's so exciting. Don't go, I like having you here, so don't go too quick. All right, finally, and last but certainly not least, I would like to recognize the friends and family that support our students day in and day out. Without your love and support, these recipients would not be here today. Students, I want you to stand up, look for your loved ones in the audience, make eye contact, and I want you to cheer just massive amounts of celebration with them, all right? So stand up, find your people, and thank them. Now, some of you may be wondering what the meaning of the white coat ceremony is, and in your program there is a brief description of the ceremony's origins and the symbolism of the white coat, but I would like to give this just a little bit more context for you. The white coat ceremony is the midway point in our academic program. It is a moment where we can stop, we can reflect, and we can celebrate all of the achievements that these students have accomplished in the last 2 years, and also recognize the hard work that lays ahead as they transition from the classroom to the clinical education environment. To quote our own Dr. Jeremy Bartles, "The natural order is to keep moving forward to the next big thing and accomplishment, but we must stop, take a moment, and reflect on our achievements. Only at these moments can we genuinely understand the sacrifices and successes that we have achieved and the failures we have overcome. Give yourself the space and the self-love to appreciate all that you have endured getting to this point." I think that quote just about says it all in this moment. Thank you, Dr. Bartles. We celebrate this milestone with the wearing of a white coat, which is not just a piece of clothing, but it is a symbol often referred to as the cloak of compassion. I want everyone in the audience, including our students, to think about what it means when you see someone wearing a white coat, the characteristics you immediately assume of that individual. To many people, an individual wearing a white coat is someone with knowledge, with expertise. Someone wearing a white coat is considered a trusted professional who cares for their patients and has a way to help them. But after that first impression comes the real work of consistently demonstrating these characteristics and these virtues, and earning your patients' continued trust, because while you can take the white coat off and hang it in a closet, and I'm sure all of you will hang it nicely in your closet so it's not wrinkled, okay? You will always remain a doctor. You will always be a chiropractor with the purpose of serving others. The responsibility rests on your shoulders at all times, much as the white coat is resting on your shoulders now. That's pretty big. Dr. Paul Osterbauer offered a paraphrased quote from William Osler. "Those who study medicine without books sails an uncharted sea, but those who study medicine without patience does not go to sea at all." Again, thank you for another great quote, Dr. Osterbauer. Now, to my T6 students, you have come a long way to earn this white coat. And on the screen are some images taken from a recent new student orientation. That was you just 2 years ago. You looking anxious and excited and like deer in headlights, right? What am I getting into? Maybe a little imposter syndrome at that time. Can I do this? You earned your spot in this program, and you continue to earn that. I think as we look at this, you were probably thinking at the time, oh, it's challenging, it's hard work, right? But consider how resilient you've been, the dedication that you've shown that has brought you to this point, and I am so proud of each and every one of you. You are my future colleagues. The future looks very bright. So it's time to celebrate your hard work and welcome you into the clinical environment. And before we do that, I would like to take a moment to acknowledge a loss that our community has experienced. T9 student Nicholas Jacques passed away on Monday, and we wanted to take a moment to remember him as we gather this morning. So please join me in just a moment of silence. Thank you, everyone. We are a very small and tight-knit community, so we appreciate your support. Now, it is my great pleasure to welcome Dr. Christy Weibel-Monum to the podium, who has been selected by the T6 class to deliver today's keynote address. T6s, you better clap loud for her.
Thank you. I first met these trimester 6 interns when they were trimester 3 students in my Methods 3 course. Our Methods courses are where students develop the adjusting skills that they will use to treat their patients when they are in clinic. I was with these students when they performed neck, mid-back, and even some rib adjustments for the very first time. I witnessed their excitement and a little bit of nervous anxiety when they first attempted these new skills. Now, as they transition into clinic, I know these interns are excited and they also have a little bit of nervous anxiety. There's the excitement of building deep foundational relationships with patients, helping your patients move away from pain, supporting your patients who have chronic conditions, teaching people to avoid injury and improve their health, and working with other clinicians and colleagues. These are all exhilarating things about being able to work in a clinical environment. Of course, there's the nervous anxiety that comes from feeling like you don't know every single problem that's going to come your way and you don't know how to solve everything, and that's okay. My advice to you, T6 interns, is when challenging situations arise, you reflect on what has gotten you to that exact moment. You look back right now on the 68 weeks of learning, the 10 weeks of finals, the countless assignments, projects, papers, quizzes, exams, midterms, comp evals, practicals, let's not forget boards, along with the hours spent reading, studying, and practicing exam skills, patient interviewing skills, adjusting skills, and more skills. And you have acquired a wealth of knowledge. But it's not just the things that you have learned, it's also everything it took for you to obtain that education. When a patient asks you a question and you don't know the answer, you're gonna feel nervous. Then you're gonna be transparent and you're gonna tell them, I don't know the answer to this question, but I'm gonna find the answer for you. We have been asking you to find the answers to questions every single day that you've been on campus. And then we've asked you to find the answer again. And then we've asked you to pick it out in a multiple choice question, and then we've asked you to demonstrate it in a competency evaluation, and then we've asked you to write it out in a complete sentence. So you know how to find the answers to questions, and you will be able to find the answers to questions for your patients. When you must make difficult decisions about the appropriate treatment for a patient, you're gonna feel anxious about making the right decisions. Again, you've been making decisions the entire time you've been at this institution. You've made decisions about prioritizing your time, decisions about what courses you should be studying when, what projects you should be focusing on, when you should participate in extracurricular activities, how you're going to resolve issues with roommates, classmates, and maybe even a professor or two. And as I'm sure family and friends, you can attest, these students have made hard decisions to maybe not participate in some holidays, parties, or even some life events because they had to decide to stay here with us doing the work that it takes so they could be here today sitting in these chairs wearing those coats. T6 interns, you can make difficult decisions for your patients because you've been making difficult decisions this entire time. On days when you feel tired, frustrated, and overwhelmed, you know that you can keep going because there have been many days with us here that you have been dog-tired, frustrated to tears, and so overwhelmed you don't know which way you're going. And you are still here. You have had the grit to make it through the grind of a professional graduate school program. And make no mistake, it is a grind. You know you're not going to stop. You will keep forging ahead. When nervous anxiety starts to creep in on you, you simply reflect on the education you have and the fortitude it took you to get it. Your work certainly isn't over, but considering where you've been, I think we've all determined you can handle what is yet to come. Your family, your friends, the staff, the faculty, the administration are all so proud of you. Please enjoy this day. It belongs to you because you've earned it. Congratulations on receiving your white coats.
All right, join me in one more big applause for Dr. Weiblamato. I think I need to get a copy of that speech and post it outside my door, so anytime that you are having a difficult day, you can just come by and slap that speech and remember that you've got the grit and determination, right? Now it is the time that you've all been waiting for, acceptance of your white coat certificates. Families and friends, we hope that you will clap and shout with your recipient's name as called off, because this is a celebration. All right, so we're going to practice a little bit. Remember what I said before this program even began? Mildly embarrass them, okay? The faculty need it. This is to feed our souls too. So we're going to practice this a little bit. On the count of 3, I want all family and friends to cheer as loud, clap, okay? Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Woo! Faculty, do you need a warm up? Do you need anything? You good? You want to warm up? Okay, 1, 2, 3, faculty, let's hear it. I now welcome Dr. Mary Tuchscher to the podium to announce the recipients.
I love you guys. All right, here we are. Grace Asplin. Genevieve Buckland. Sebastian Bergeron. Hannah Brunn. Emily Burke. Tyler Chantabong. Sophia Chappell. Kevin Connery. Cassandra Cause. Samuel Dom. Kirsten DeHaven. Colton Fensky. Brittany Fortin. Hannah Gap. Lauren Geib. Kaylee Gibson. Sorry, Kylie Gibson. I'm sorry. Zachary Harbaugh. Christian Horak. Esther Hativa Alarcon. Iboya Konkoli. Taylor Kruger. Mackenzie Larson. Emmy Lida. Joshua Martineau. I do sound a little like a football announcer, so excellent job out there. Landry McIntosh. Kelton McLean. Sophia Martinana, I know. Mercier. I got overclimped just for a minute. Casey Milstrow. Morgan Moon. Megan O'Malley. Spencer Pisk. Christopher Reed. Danielle Swanke. Elijah Solberg. Sasha Spitke. Christopher Wharton. And of course, Katie Wellers. Congratulations, everybody.
All right, one big round of applause. Woo! All right, so as we're waiting for the white coat recipients to get back to their seats, I've got to fill some time, and what better way to do that than with some terrible jokes? Are you ready? All right, what made the composer see the chiropractor? He had Bach problems. When Eminem came into the office, what part of his body did the chiropractor fix? Shady's back. And keeping with this musical theme, the last and most terrible of all the jokes, what did Huey Lewis say when he visited his chiropractor? I need my hip to be square. All right, I filled the time, and you now think less of me. All right, I would like to ask Zach Harbo to the podium to lead the oath of professionalism. Everybody give him a round of applause. If you like the larger.
All right. Well, first, I just wanted to thank my classmates for this awesome opportunity to get to lead you all in this oath. It has just been a huge blessing to go through this program with you. So at this moment, I'd like the recipients to rise. We're going to raise our right hand, and you all can repeat after me. So on this day, September 23rd, 2023, in the presence of family, friends, and esteemed faculty and staff, I hereby affirm to hold myself and colleagues accountable to the content and spirit of this oath. With honor and pride, I vow to uphold the rights and responsibilities entrusted to me by my training as a doctor of chiropractic at Northwestern Health Sciences University and commit to becoming an active advocate of our chiropractic profession. I will faithfully serve the well-being of my patients by upholding myself and my colleagues to the highest degree of professionalism and integrity with unquestionable and unwavering ethical conduct. I will advocate for my profession as a distinct and holistic approach to health. I will esteem those who have taught me the art, science, and philosophy of chiropractic while respecting the knowledge, wisdom, and contributions of my predecessors. I will stand ready, serve humankind and the profession by dedicating my career to the pursuit of health and wellness. I will act with my capabilities and recognize my limitations. I will act in my patient's best interest and will regard keeping their confidence in me as a moral obligation. I pledge my dedication to the practice of chiropractic so that all those I serve may discover true healing, education, and awareness in all aspects of their lives and consciousness. May my skillful hands and clinical knowledge bring strength to the sick, relief to the suffering, and peace of mind to the anxious. May I provide inspiration for all to obtain bountiful health and live this life to the fullest. With great respect, I will always affirm these principles, acknowledging that every human life is valuable and powerful. I hold myself accountable to this oath of my own volition. I do this freely and honorably in commitment to learning, living, and serving in my community. And may I hold fast to the enthusiasm, passion, and idealism with which I take this oath. Congratulations, everyone. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. So graduation will be here before we know it, so enjoy the rest of this journey. Thank you.
All right, everybody, you can take your seats. As we near the end of our program, I am pleased to introduce our Provost and Chief Academic Officer, Dr. Kim Pierce, who will provide our closing remarks.
Thank you all for coming today. The celebration is great for my soul, and I think for everybody up here, as well as you all. I want to thank our college staff, our student affairs team, and our information technology team for all of their work to create such a beautiful ceremony that's gone off unchecked so far. Many congratulations to our white coat recipients. As you step into an increasingly clinical portion of your training, remember you are embarking on a remarkable journey of healing, compassion, and growth with your patients, with your colleagues, and with yourselves. Never underestimate the power of empathy. Your patients are not just cases like you, they also have stories, hopes, and fears. Your next journey is starting now, surrounded by all of us, all of your classmates, and the many people behind you in this auditorium and beyond. Take care. Congratulations. You've got this.
All right, just a few items before we conclude the ceremony. Faculty, we will be processing up the middle aisle. You'll be following me at the end of the ceremony, followed by our recipients. And once the recipients have processed out of the room, guests can join us in the foyer. We invite all of you to stay, take pictures around the grounds. I hope it's not raining. Enjoy some light refreshments that can be found in the cafeteria. I want to thank all of you for being a part of this special event, and congratulations to our newest white coat recipients. Cue the music and the applause.